Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap that notification bell, and like this video. That helps me to keep making videos, and I would appreciate it majorly. So, a raft that was being used by, illegal immigrants trying to cross into Texas on the Rio Grande overturned, and two kids are still missing, a 6 and a 7-year-old boy, and I think a man and a 10-month-old baby was killed. So, already the 10-month was retrieved from the 10-month-old child was retrieved from the water, and obviously drowned to death. I mean, that's just terrible. So, and a 6 and a 7-year-old boy are still missing, as well as another man. I think there was a total of 9 people in in the raft, with multiple families, So at first it was difficult to kind of figure out exactly who's still missing, because different reporters, I think, spoke to different people as this thing was happening. I think, well, I'll get to it in a second, but that's the river there. It's described as extremely cold water, fast flowing, and I think the raft overturned. I mean, these are all Border Patrol. This is the Rio Grande, and this picture says Piedras Negras, Texas, um, which is along the border, obviously. But when on the map, it looks like Piedras Negras is the city in Mexico. Here's the Mexican side. Here's the U.S. side. There is a port of entry, I think, right there at Piedras Negras. Whether there's also a city in Texas called that too. I'm fairly certain there's a port of entry right near where, fairly near to where this raft overturned, with 9 people in it. So. Over at ABC, it said the search and rescue. I'll just kind of take you through how I kind of was trying to figure out exactly who's still missing and who was killed. A 10-month-old baby was found along the Rio Grande after Border Patrol agents responded to reports of a capsized raft carrying migrants who were attempting to cross into the United States. Customs and Border Protection said Thursday the search and rescue mission began after a man who was apprehended for crossing into the U.S. illegally told authorities that his rubber raft had flipped over and his wife and their 2 children were missing. The incident was first reported by the New York Times. So, then over at NBC, it says that a 10-month-old baby was found. 3 other people are missing after a raft carrying 9 people flipped on the Rio Grande, authorities said Thursday. The missing were described as 2 boys, ages 6 and 7, and a man. So apparently that individual's wife was located. I'm just trying to kind of piece it together here for you. What we're dealing with now is senseless tragedy. Paul Ortiz, the chief patrol agent on the Customs and Border Protection's Del Rio sector, over at NPR. The border agents on patrol encountered a 27-year-old Honduran male who reported that he was one of 9 people on a rubber raft that had overturned in what was described as cold and fast-flowing waters. The man said his wife, 2 sons who were 10 months old and 6 years old, and a 7-year-old nephew were swept away. 2 other families were also on the raft, a CBP official told NPR. So the 10-month-old, I believe, was the baby that drowned and was killed, and the 6-year-old, his son, and his 7-year-old nephew, I believe, are the 2 boys that are still missing. And I think there's another man missing, not his wife. That's how I understand it. So, and this is just another situation where it's just total chaos. It's just out of, it's just a massive problem. It really is a crisis. Not to, that word's sort of been beaten to death on this issue, and the numbers are just staggering. You don't really need to go over them, but they're just astronomical. 103,000 people in the month of March so far this year, 22,000 unaccompanied children, and so forth. But a 10-month-old baby drowned, and a 6 and 7-year-old are still missing. And I would say that doesn't sound good either. I mean, it sounds like the death toll could very possibly um, could very possibly end up being, 3 children, but, we don't know yet. And it's also, it's a very good possibility those 2 kids couldn't swim, I mean, from just poor nations, and it's just an assumption, but so, yeah, it's a story there. It's pretty sad. All right, man, that's it. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.